rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and welcome everyone to the South River Board of Education regular meeting, Thursday, July 28, 2022. In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Laws of 1975 of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the South River Board of Education was provided in the following manner. On July 1st, 2022, the notice was delivered to the office of the South River Borough Clerk and posted at the Board of Education Administration Building. On July 1st, 2022, the notice was faxed, mailed to the following newspapers: Home News Tribune, Sentinel. On July 1st, 2022, the notice was posted at the South River Borough Clerk's office. Mr. Kokoska, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Bazak?
Here.
Mr. Budson?
Here.
Mrs. Bush?
Here.
Mrs. Byrne?
Here.
Mrs. Lowe?
Here.
Mr. Nielsen?
Here.
Mrs. Sadowski?
Ms. Sadowski's been excused.
Ms. Young-Gal?
Here.
Mr. Baddick?
Here. Thank you. We have a quorum. At this time, the board will be going into executive session. Resolved that pursuant to Sections 7 and 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, the following subjects be discussed at a session of the Board of Education closed to the public. Personnel. Mr. Kokoska, would you please call the roll?
Need a motion?
Oh,
Nielsen.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Motion by Mr. Nielsen? Okay, well, because you pointed at
No.
Liz.
I was first, you
I was
second.
second.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen, second by Ms. Bush. All in favor? Call the roll.
Mr. Bazak?
Yes.
Mr. Budson?
Yes.
Mrs. Bush?
Here.
Mrs.
Yes.
Byrne?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Ms. Young-Gal?
Yes.
Mr. Baddick?
Yes. Okay, thank you, and welcome back to the July 28th Board of Education meeting. We will pick up with the board secretary item, our minutes. Mr. Kokoska.
Well, there are no changes from Monday's meeting.
Hey, board members, what is your pleasure on the minutes?
Move the minutes.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second.
second by Mr. Basak. Are there any questions or any abstentions by any board members? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Kokoska, we have some use of facilities.
Yes, we do. We have 3 items. We have the South River Ravens booster twice and the South River Knights pop water.
Board members, what would you like on this use of facilities?
Move the use of facilities in accordance with board policies.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second?
second by Ms. Lowe. Any questions or comments on these use of facilities? All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Financial report. Ms. Lowe.
Thank you. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby certifies that it is in receipt of the financial report, which indicates that no major account has been overexpended, and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. The Finance Committee recommends that the reports of the Board Secretary and the Treasurer of School Monies for May 2022 be approved, and I so move.
Motion by Ms. Lowe,
Second.
second by Mr. Nielsen. Any comments on the financial report? All in favor? Thank you. At this time, we're going to turn the meeting over to our Superintendent of Schools for her report. Ms. Zurcher, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Urbanik. Today's report is focused on our upcoming referendum. And I don't usually read right from the narrative in my report, but I will do so tonight because I don't want to miss any pertinent information. So by now, our public is likely aware that the school district is requesting local voters to take action this winter on a bond referendum to build an early learning center and replace our stadium and field. The referendum is made up of 2 questions. The first is a combined question for the Early Learning Center and Stadium, and the second is to turf the field. The proposed Early Learning Center will be dedicated to the pre-K program. Currently, the district holds 10 classes of pre-K in the district and 2 at our Head Start location in South Amboy. These programs are full day, they are all grant funded by the state, and therefore free to parents. Our pre-K program serves South River 3 and 4-year-olds. We are one of the only surrounding school districts to provide a program like this, making South River a unique and attractive community to young families and first-time homebuyers. But unfortunately, we continue to have a wait list of about 30 to 45 families who cannot be accommodated in our current buildings and facilities. Additionally, our growing population and enrollment in K-5 has resulted in large class sizes. With this trend projected to continue, we will need the Early Learning Center, or we will have to further reduce our current pre-K program and increase the wait list in order to have the necessary space we need for our K-5 students. In regards to the stadium, it has truly reached the end of its lifespan. The stadium has provided the setting for many school traditions and community events, and unfortunately, it is not accessible to all, and it is in significant disrepair. In the next 2 years, South River is faced with a difficult decision to rebuild the stadium or potentially close it for use. We are fortunate to have many athletes and programs, and turfing the field will increase its usability and access and ensure that the field functions for multiple sports, and that includes multiple genders. Our girls' teams could potentially play on that turf field as well. So these projects are critical to the well-being of our students and community. We ask that the public please be informed about the referendum and understand why it is necessary. Please visit the referendum tab on our district website for more information, and questions about this referendum can be sent to referendum.srivernj.org. We will have a table at the upcoming event in South River on August 2nd. We will be handing out information to the public, answering questions, and again, just really being transparent and informative about the referendum itself, what it covers, and its process. And so concludes my report for tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Urbanek.
Thank you. At this time, the board is going to open the meeting for reception of visitors. That's right. Could we have a motion for the superintendent's report?
Nielsen, move the superintendent's report is read.
Thank you. Is there a second? Mr. Bazak, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now we're going to open the meeting to the reception of visitors, and this is for agenda items only. There will be a public portion at the end of the meeting for any Board of Ed concerns. If you do come to the podium, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute time limit on first call, second call, third call. Okay, we're going to close this public portion. And now we are going to have the consent resolution. Mr. Kokoska.
Just for clarity, we're not doing the 3.2, that's already been discussed?
That's what I was gonna ask, the CUSAC.
CUSAC.
Oh, the CUSAC report, thank you, Mr. Kokoska, is provided to the board and will be posted on our district website as well. That includes the scores and the full report detailing how the district performed in every area. I'm happy to report that we did receive a finding of highly qualified, which is positive news for the district. And again, that will be on our website.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Consent?
Thank you. Okay, the South River Board of Education, by means of a consent resolution, adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time, whereas the below list of resolutions are hereby adopted by said Board of Education in whole as if the same were individually acted upon. The Superintendent's Report 3.2, Athletics 6.1, Finance 8.1 through 8.38, Instruction 9.1 through 9.7, Human Resources 12.1 through 12.32, and Safety and Risk 13.1.
Thank you. Can we have a motion on the consent resolution?
Nielsen.
Motion by Mr. Nielsen,
Second.
second by Mr. Budzin. Are there any questions, abstentions, or any items that any board member wishes to pull to be read separate? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Pacek?
Yes.
Mr. Hudson?
Yes.
Mrs. Bush?
Yes.
Mrs. Byrne?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Ms. Shango?
Yes.
Ms. Urbanek?
Yes. Thank you. We'll now go to our committee reports. Athletics and extracurricular, Mr. Budzen.
There's only one item on the agenda, is the annual membership to the NJSIA. That's all I have.
Thank you. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Nielsen.
I would like to, there's nothing new as from Monday night's meeting, but I'll read Mr. Blas's report into the record. Now that the class of '22 has moved on to bigger and better things, the summer refurbishment can now begin. Classrooms are being cleaned and refinished for the upcoming school year. All while the buildings are being used for extended year, enrichment programs, week-long seminars, ACT testing, zoning board meetings, and 2 summer camps. They do have to work around all those things, and they are doing a good job. Even with all this activity, we are still working on some project work. In the high school wood shop, all new lighting fixtures were installed, and the first floor air conditioning communication was restored. At the primary school, the new tricycle track was completed, and in the elementary and middle school, a chilled water valve was replaced to restore air conditioning to the zone. Outside, the soccer field has been ready for summer practices and goals assembled, and the new varsity baseball field hosted 5 games during their summer league this month. I'd like to take a moment to welcome Zach Rodigan to the maintenance team. Although it's only been a month, Zach has already shown us the hard-working young man that he is. We wish him all the best and look forward to working with him for years to come. Enjoy the summer as always, and go Rams. And I do see, I come up every day and look at the project for the handicap ramps that are being installed on the north end of the building, and Mr. Blasey is out there every morning when the construction crews come. So he's staying on top of what's going on. And I did have the Mr. Radigan today, Zach. I was up for watching football practice, and he's out there working in the sun. So we got a good team, and it's going to be a good year. That's all I have for tonight, Madam President.
Thank you. I think you're absolutely right with that, Mr. Nielsen. Finance, Ms. Lowe.
Thank you. There were some additions and revisions, so I would like to just pick up with 8.31, which is requisition list additions and revisions. They were in bold. And then after that, I would like to continue through 8.32, addition approve award 22-23 virtual learning contract with Proximity Learning, Inc. 8.33, addition approve contract Jam and Jen Music Therapy for Children, LLC, Music Therapy Services for the 22-23 school year. 8.34, addition approved contract Sensational Kids, LLC, Yoga and Mindfulness Services Provider for the 22-23 school year. 8.35, addition approved contract Savas Learning Company for curriculum services for the 22-23 school year. 8.36, addition approved contract Effective School Solutions, LLC, Mental Health Services Provider for the 22-23 school year. 8.37, addition approved contract Cellco Partnership DBA Verizon Wireless Data Voice and Accessories Services Provider for the 22-23 school year. And 8.38, which is addition approved submit and accept the IDEA grant application for fiscal year 2023. And that is all I have.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to our instruction, Ms. Bush.
Yes, there are 3 new items on the agenda that I'd like to just read over, and then I'll talk a little bit about Dr. Travisano's report. So 9.5 edition, accept donation Narcan nasal spray. 9.6 edition, approve district student observers and interns, the 22-23 school year. And edition, approve revised curriculum. I had made reference to that at Monday night's meeting. Just a quick update on what's been happening in instruction and curriculum for all the public to know. Please make sure that you make your way to the public library because Ms. Branch, our K-12 art teacher leader, has been partnering with the public library and has student work displayed in the library, and it'll be changed out regularly, so student work will be seen if you were not aware of that. And the administrative team has been very busy analyzing data from student performance in the spring, preparing for the opening of school, and PD sessions that are going to be up and coming. So everybody's hitting the ground running in preparation for September open. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Under negotiations, we have no negotiations ongoing at the time. I'm happy to report that we did sign the contracts for the SREA this evening, and they will be signed by our SREA representatives, and we will have those contracts in place. Anything else?
That's everything.
Okay, thank you. Policy and legislation, Ms. Byrne,
There's nothing new to report tonight.
thank you. Human resources, Mr. Bezak.
Thank you. I have 8 additions since Monday evening. Item 12.26 through item 12.33. I'd like to read item 12.33 separately. That will be item 12.33, addition, approve, appoint Johnny Rosa, School Business Administrator, Board Secretary, 2022-2023 school year.
And would you like to read?
And I so move.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Mr. Bezak,
Second.
second by Mr. Budzin. All in, call the roll on this, correct? Yes, please call the roll.
Mr. Bezak?
Yes.
Mr. Hudson?
Yes.
Mrs. Bush?
Yes.
Mrs. Byrne?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowe?
Yes.
Mr. Nielsen?
Yes.
Ms. Shaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Rennick?
Yes. Thank you, the motion carries.
My remaining 7 additions are item 12.26, addition, approve, appoint Juliana Eitler, speech pathologist, 2022-2023 school year. Item 12.27, addition, approve, intimate family leave, Dawn Zakowski, special education secretary, 2022-2023 school year. Item 12.28, addition, approve, anti-bullying staff, 2022-2023 school year. Item 12.29, addition, approve, new job description, D-8-D, special education leader. Item 12.30, addition, approve, rescind, Jessica Powell, preschool classroom paraprofessional, 2022-2023 school year. Item 12.31, addition, approve, appoint Carissa Disney, supervisor of curriculum and instruction, 2022-2023 school year. And item 12.32, addition, approve, appoint Depa Anand, high school science teacher, 2022-2023 school year. And that's it, that's all I have.
Thank you. Safety and risk management, Ms. Shaniel.
Thank you. There are no new additions to the agenda from Monday's meeting.
Okay, thank you. Would you please continue with the school community relations?
Yes. Drew Pearson Street Naming Day on Saturday, September 17, 2022. Montgomery Street will be named Drew Pearson Way. At 11 a.m. the morning, and the members of Borough Council will join the South River High School football team, cheerleaders, and band on the corner of Montgomery and Lexington for the ceremony. At halftime of the football game, First Bound Brook, Mayor Krenzel will present a proclamation to Drew Pearson. Thank you.
Thank you. Hope everyone can make it that day. School Board Borough Council Liaison Committee, Mr. Nielsen.
Nothing new since Monday, Madam President.
Thank you. South River Public Library, Mr. Budzin.
One of the reasons we don't have a crowd today is because today at the library they have Harry Potter Day at night. So I guess that's why the crowd is so low here. They're still having their story times at the community garden. If it gets too hot, they move it into the library. The aerobics and meditation classes are well attended. And at the end of the summer, they're having an ice cream party for the student participants that met their reading goal. And in the fall, they're having a modern Shakespearean performance, and they say they're very exciting. So that's all I have.
Thank you. South River Foundation for Educational Excellence Liaison, Ms. Lowe.
Thank you. I have an email that Ms. Oswald would like me to share. So she says, first off, she starts with thanking us for supporting the foundation, and it says, student ambassadors are still requested. They have 2 students that have joined as a student ambassador. If you have any interest in becoming a student ambassador, please go to the www.srfee.org website, go to the student ambassador section and complete the application. They had an SR fee Dine to Donate. It was held on Chili's on June 22nd. They received a donation of $110, so they would like to thank everybody who dined that evening. And in an effort to obtain direct donations to offset the cost of their liability insurance, to help SRF maintain a solid foundation, an email and letter was sent to 4 foundation construction companies that are local in South River, And they have since received, to date, 2 for a total of $750. So they would like to specifically thank Rising Sun Construction on Main Street and B&W Construction for their support. SRP will be participating in the Middlesex County Fair Charity Challenge, which we discussed on Monday, but that's the formal name that is not aware of. So the Fair Association provides a judge for each charity in our Charity Challenge arena. Fairgoers are encouraged to drop money in the jug for their favorite charity during the course of the fair. And on Sunday, August 7th at 6 p.m., each charity's representative counts the money in their jug, and the charity with the most money receives an additional $500 prize from Solitario and Attorney CPAs. And there are there's a flyer on the SRP website with information. They will also have a table at National Night Out on August 2nd, and they look forward to include a one-page flyer in the mailings to students in the upcoming year. She will be reaching out to you if she has not already done so. Okay. And that is all I have for this evening.
Thank you. That's quite a bit. That's great. Good to see that got back up and running. Is there any old or new business to come before the board? And our attorney, do you have anything to report to us?
No, nothing to report tonight, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Lell, would you please pay the bills?
The payment of bills. So the Finance Committee recommends that all bills presented, having been certified by the School Business Administrator Board Secretary, be paid as listed, and I so move.
Motion by Ms. Lell,
Second.
second by Mr. Nielsen. All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Motion carries. At this time, we are now going to open up the meeting for reception of visitors. And this is the time that the public may address any concern or comment they have for the board. If you come to the microphone, please state your name and address, and please keep your comments to a 10-minute limit. On first call, second call, third call. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion, and having no other business at this time, there is a motion for adjournment in order. Motion by Mr. Nielsen.
Second.
Second by Ms. Byrne. All in favor?
Aye.
This motion is adjourned. Thank you.